1, 2, 3, and down. Wow. And up. Whoop.
Ridhwan's starting to come on now. Big right hand! 3 times in a row! Take a look at finishing style. The chosen one!
I got into the sport because basically I quit school. I was doing engineering for a month and decided to stop. So I started to work as a kitchen helper. Then after a while, I mean that there's a TV where I was working at, and they always show like classic boxing fights after midnight. So that got me interested, and the people I was working with are all like abang-abang, like all these pakcik-pakcik, all they know about boxing. This is Singapore, it's a boxing place before, and they keep talking about Syed Kadir. And so I got curious, so I googled who Syed Kadir is. I found out he went to the Olympics and he represented Singapore. I'm quite surprised there's actually a boxing gym in Singapore, so I went to try it.
In the beginning, Ridhwan came in 2005. Apparently there was an article about me with my phone numbers. He called me, so he wanted to join, so he came. I just did not emphasize on him because there's too many, you know. So everybody has got their own to do, teach them what to do, and they've done everything on their own, you know. I supervise. So and then developed him for a couple of months. I think he was not feeling good because there's no competition for him yet.
I didn't really like it. I wanted to quit after 3 months because I was just doing straight punches. I was skipping and I was just running. Because leading to the training, I was watching a lot of like Cinderella Man, was watching Rocky. I was expecting boxing to be a bit more exciting. What made me stay in the sport is because I walked into the gym one day and I told myself, okay, this is going to be my last day. I paid about $50 already, so might as well just finish the month. Then it happened that Coach Kadir came up to me and said, Ridhwan, there's a fight coming up next month. Do you want to fight?
Meeting Ridhwan for the first time would definitely be his first local tournament ever, and that was held at Concourse, right down at Beach Road. And then I said, look, where's your family and friends? And he said, no, there's nobody there. So I say, hey, why not I just support you? I didn't realize that line has been with us for the last 13 years.
Singapore, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Muhamad Ridhwan.
When he went up in the ring, I saw the opponent who was my trainee before. I trained him before, you know, and he was a very strong boy, very strong. And since he went up already to the ring, I couldn't ask him to go down. I don't want to sort of embarrass the organizer, you know. So I was very angry with the guy who set up this.
I was very confident I would win, even though I didn't prepare for some reason. Maybe it's my young blood.
So it was round 1 for Ridhwan against definitely an experienced participant. I think he had some Muay Thai background. It clearly shows because he was very aggressive. So when the first bell rings, that opponent of his came lunging to Ridhwan, giving Ridhwan non-stop punches, and this young boy, poor boy, was in his corner, being pushed back, getting punches, flurry of punches.
I got hit in the face. I felt tears in my eyes, and then suddenly I realized my corner threw in the white towel.
I stopped the fight.
I didn't know that it's even possible. So that means that we surrendered. And when I went down the ring, I can see some of them like laughing. Probably not at me, but I just felt like it was towards me. So I went to the toilet. Surprisingly, I started crying.
When he was actually on his own, feeling really disappointed with himself, Coach Kadi came to him, and what he said to him actually impacted not only him but also myself. When he said to Ridhwan, please don't be disappointed about the match. It's my decision to throw in the towel because I feel that there's more to you than just this match. So we will get there one day.
I didn't have a father figure, a strong father figure. So at the point of time when he said something like that to me, I feel like it meant a lot.
Even his mother thanked me, say thank you very much for taking care of my son. You know, you are always like a father to him. I say yeah, because you have to be a father figure in this sport. This sport is a very sensitive sport. You know, very sensitive. Boxing is very sensitive. So you cannot lie to them. You must really take care of them. You know, support them lah. That is what they want to support. The guidance.
The fight was on Saturday, and on Monday I was back at the gym and I decided to train more frequently. I changed my job from full-time to part-time in the kitchen. Then I started to just train almost every night.
And down. Step. Yes. I think pretty much in terms of taking care of Irfan, I think we are pretty much independent. I don't want to depend on anybody else. I think everybody loves him. We know that we've got family. If we really need somebody to look after him. But right now, I think we just prefer to do things on our own. Just don't want to make things difficult for anybody. And we just want to enjoy the process as much as you can while he's growing up. I think during the fight, I think my mind's really mentally focused. There's no time for expressions. There's no time for emotions. So when I'm in the ring, I don't think of whoever is at home. I just think that this is a job that needs to be done. I need to knock this guy out. You know, I have my own family, and so I need to do what needs to be done. I mean, I don't hate him. I don't hate my opponents because at the end of the day, we all have the same dream. We all have the same goal. But then I think I prefer to bring back the belt to my family. So.
From Singapore, Muhamad Ridhwan.
I came back with the SEA Games bronze medal 3 times, and for all times I give my all. But you know, sometimes that's how life is. Sometimes you give everything you have, you sacrifice whatever that you need to do, and you still don't get the decision that you want. I mean, that's boxing. You don't always get the win.
At that moment, he was mentally preparing himself, psyching himself to hopefully get a goal. That moment when he lost to his Thailand opponent, not only was he disappointed at himself, but I think more importantly that he was disappointed that he let all of us down.
The winner by unanimous decision from the blue corner from Thailand,
I remembered clearly when his hand was not raised. I think all of us just sunk. Yeah, all of us just sunk, and we felt really sad with him. Really sad with him.
People keep telling me that, you know, it's okay, you still get the bronze, it's okay to be second, it's okay to be third. It's always important is you fight. But to be honest, I'm so sick of these words of comfort, because it's just it just makes me feel like it's okay to come in second. I'm competitive in nature, and I don't just fight to participate just to say that I've been there. I mean, I really want to be the best. And the SEA Games meant so much because Coach Kadir has been trying to bring back the SEA Games gold for so many years, but we haven't been able to. Especially for SEA Games Singapore, I was so confident that I will win it because I gave my everything.
After he didn't win the gold, got his bronze, I know he feel that he didn't achieve what he promised to the country in a way, or more of he didn't achieve his individual attainment.
And then I felt the preparations could be better. They made me the face of Singapore amateur boxing. My posters everywhere at the bus stop. So I was the poster boy for supporting Singapore boxing. And then I was also the poster boy for Singapore boxing losing. Boxing is really a lonely sport, and I run a gym. Entrepreneurship is also a lonely sport, and running two lonely things, doing two lonely things at the same time, I think takes a toll after a while.
For me, and even as his brother, I wish there was someone else that could have trained him better back then. As much as people say boxing is a lonely sport, I don't think he can do it by himself. He needs the right people, the right team around him, and that's what he was lacking back then, yeah.
Hey guys, how are you? You good? Yeah, good to see you, man. Yeah, let's see the guys working out, see what's happening. Yeah. How you feeling, champ? Good? Full of life.
How I very first met Muhamad Ridhwan was a very special moment in my life. I walk into Singapore as I first arrive here, I go and watch a local professional boxing event, and I see this Singaporean man with so much potential.
Yeah, good work, champ. Nice. Looking good, mate. Looking very good. A lot of good power there as well, right? Snappy.
The current state of boxing right now in Singapore is still in its infancy. Even though with shows like myself that I promote right now with the Raw of Singapore, having big stadiums like the Indoor Stadium and Marina Bay Sands and big global broadcasts, we're still very, very small within the sport in the actual global map of where it is today. However, with the right support, the right people in this sport, and great leaders like Syed Kadir from SABA, the Singapore Amateur Boxing Association, developing young men and women to go forward to one day become Olympic champions, and even further forward to hopefully become a world professional boxing champion.
Muhamad, the chosen one, Ridhwan!
It was a friend who approached us, told us about Ridhwan's journey and the challenges and what he's aiming to achieve. I was certainly very impressed, initially intrigued and then inspired by his journey and what he's trying to do. I think Ridhwan will be able to bring up the rest of all sporting talents and also bring up the country, a rallying point for proud Singaporeans to come round together, cheer him on and claim the title.
In my role as Deputy Chairman for the Government Parliamentary Committee on Culture, Community and Youth, I always try to support sports and local sportsmen, local sportswomen as much as I possibly can. So today I'm here because I know that Ridhwan is going to be representing our country in an international boxing title match. And to me, that's really a tremendous achievement because we always talk about how Singapore punches above its weight on the global stage. And now, quite literally, we have a Singaporean who is punching on a global stage.
We talk about the great events throughout the years, throughout the history of boxing. The likes of Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, they go hand in hand with those iconic venues. So a venue like MBS coming in and supporting an event like this, I think it opens people's eyes internationally, and then locally it gets excitement and buzz going for the event. So that's crucial. And then with Fair Price coming in, you have that local angle, you have that element of supporting a Singaporean event and giving a platform really for these athletes and these events to go on and flourish and go on to the next level.
Finishing style.
sorry, take away not 19. I made a mistake today.
I met Ridhwan once I was around 15 or 16. I was training under Vanda Fight Sport. I was under Alexis and Muhamad Ridhwan. When that time Ridhwan came to our gym, we all sparring with Ridhwan. It was like so fierce. Hey, this guy like motivation, yeah? He's like a bit hardworking. He's like the dedication of hard work. The meaning of dedication, hard work, and everything an athlete should be.
Roll cap. Speed. Sound. Speed.
Previously, I used to be an ex-offender lah. I used to be in everything from gang fight, all kinds of things lah that I used to be in. At this point of time, I was in prison. So I was browsing the paper, but then I saw Ridhwan face. That part he was like donating some gloves to Indonesia. So I just thought, I tried to find Legend Fight Sport. I tried to find the address. I went through all the hustle, asking my officer, "Sir, can you check for me where this place is located?" So I went through all the troubles just to get the address. But once I get the address, I don't know if I write to Ridhwan whether he will reply to me or whether my letter will be sent out to him. So I wrote my first letter to him. And surprisingly, I received a letter from him. That was like my biggest shock to me.
Ridhwan is inspiration to me because of the hard work. He taught me that behind every success is the hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. It's all about hard work. During that time, he was already popular about boxing. It's like everybody is like riding on him. The boxing thing is like, he is the icon. Without him, boxing would not be where he is today.
Actually, I'm nobody to him. So I'm just an ex-offender. But he's on top. I'm below. But then, he's like very humble. Okay, even though he received my letter, he keep on replying to me. Maybe right now Ridhwan is facing his challenges inside the ring, and he has his obstacle. But then why I don't use his talent and the knowledge that he taught me to use for my everyday life? I have my own battle to fight within myself, within my bad past. So these are the challenges that I'm facing.
What's the duck? Chicken. Duck. Pony. Frog. Okay, fine. I mean, to juggle life as a boxer and a family, I guess it takes a lot of strength, takes a lot of patience, especially because when you're getting ready for a fight, you like, I mean, everybody have different characters. So when you are getting ready for a fight, you have a character of somebody who's ready to destroy someone else. Then when you get home, then you just see somebody, I mean, you just see a baby, and then you just become so soft and gentle. Because sometimes it's still a struggle for me to balance being a fighter itself, and now I have a baby, so I have to be tough at the same time. I have to be soft. So I think it takes a lot of mental strength to do that, I think. Where's the car? If Irfan can understand, I just want to say that, you know, I cannot be there all the time sometimes because of training, because of I have to always be away at the gym sometimes to sleep. But it's not because I love you less, but it's because I have to do this first, because this is something that I'm pretty good at and something that I do to put food on the table. So I just hope that he can understand for the times that I'm not around as much. And I mean, this is something that he will see maybe years later, but I would say just be yourself, not a boxer, hopefully, and hopefully I think things will fall into place.
I think he just do what he is supposed to do because he's a nice boy, very quiet, very quiet. He doesn't talk much. He does do his own job, that's all. All the peers, teammates all like him because the way he behaves, he doesn't show off.
He never complains. He knows that by training day in, day out, it's not that we have allowances for doing this. It's really purely hobby, really out of his own time, his own effort, and his own health, because training is never easy. He was definitely the most hardworking person I've ever met.
I really feel that Ridhwan is the boxing future of Singapore. He's going to bring us somewhere. He's going to bring the current amateur above the stage, above Asia, up to the Commonwealth standard. He's the one going to prove that we are going somewhere in Singapore.
I believe that is the character that he has in him. And whoever work with him or whoever train with him will want to replicate what he does in training. So I've seen a lot of athletes, not only in boxing, in other sports as well. But I've never seen anyone as dedicated to their craft as this person we're talking about.
I've been massively impressed with what I've seen over the last few years. Ridhwan is the jewel in the crown, if you like. Not only can the guy box, is an undeniable talent, but he's got the look and he's got the charisma and the personality, that star power that brings people through the door.
There's great hope here in Singapore for the people, for the sport, and more future champions. And I'm very, very proud and honoured to be a part of that.
I think Ridhwan's achievements are remarkable. Many of us have no idea how challenging and difficult it is to be a professional boxer. So now I understand the kind of training and the kind of sacrifices that someone Ridhwan must go through to achieve the level he has achieved. And to me, that's really remarkable. So I'm so proud of him as a Singaporean. I'm so proud of him as a sportsman to achieve what he has done, to be dedicated enough to do this, while also, having a young family as well. So when he steps into that ring, I think he's physically conditioned, but he also has to be very mentally strong and very emotionally strong as well.
For the whole of Singapore, this belt is for you!
So, I think being a father and at the same time having the most dangerous job in the world only makes me more motivated to train so that I can be in the ring safe, come out the ring safe, and go back home to this little treasure, because I think at the end of the day, this is what really matters. The belts are all nice, it's all important, but at the end of the day, they're all just going to collect dust and people are going to forget me anyway one day. So I think hopefully I can leave a legacy with him.